If you have a felony, listen up, because what I'm about to say might save you from going back to prison.
Here's the thing, man. You can't be around any firearms.
If you're a convicted felon, it's illegal for you to be in possession of a firearm. But sometimes we get misconstrued with the word possession and what that actually means. There's two types of possession. There's actual possession, and there's what's called constructive possession. Now, constructive possession means that the felon has knowledge of the firearm and the ability to possess it.
But my wife and the rest of my good old friends, that's why I keep the white guys around me. The ones that y'all laugh at, because they could carry. And you play around with me, they're going to blow your skillet off.
I bet you this idiot don't have one receipt from one licensed and bonded security company or agency in the United States of America. Period. From Big U to Loose Cannon, like to Brick Baby, and you look at that Rolling 60s indictment, a lot of it came from self-snitching. And I told you guys, start paying attention to the words that are coming out of your mouth. But when your mouth is literally a rectum, there is nothing that could possibly come out of it but feces. Now, I'm going to show you how this guy incriminates himself as well as his wife, and also puts himself in a position where he may no longer have the security that he thought he had. After this video, it's going to hurt his heart to find out that you're going to have to squabble, punk. What's playing in the background is a video of when the rapper, Hunxho, got pulled over by Georgia police, right? And his man happens to have a firearm in the car. The only thing that saved Hunxho from getting slapped with that charge was his man said that he'd had the weapon concealed and had never told Hunxho he had it. And Hunxho said he didn't know anything about his man having had a gun. This is the only reason why Hunxho was only given traffic violations, whatever, and he wasn't charged with the firearm. Because he either had a felony already and was already facing the RICO or something like that. He already had some legal issues going on. So what saved him in this case, in this video that you see playing behind me, is the fact that he didn't know his partner had a gun. He never opened his big mouth and said, my homeboy got a gun, and I know about it. Which is what 50 Chyna from Brim's dumbass did in his video. Oh yeah, the riding around with Miss Miyagi having a hammer all the time now, and you feeling protected, that's out the window. Ignorance is no excuse of the law, and you don't even have that on your side anymore, because I'm letting you know there's this thing called constructive possession. No, you can't do that. And the hammer she got in the house, it got to be locked in a box. We talking law. Do you want me to read the Georgia Penal Code to you? You want the legal code? You want me to read it to you? Because I could tell you what code it is. Like I said a while ago, when you dealing with snitches, you better not do nothing to them. Just leave them alone. It's a crew of them, or they're going to tell on each other. If not, they're going to tell on their own self. And that's what this is, self-snitching. He's doing a loose cannon. Told you he's the East Coast whack 100. Now he's telling people that he's riding around with his wife and she's protecting him with the hammer. That's illegal. That's illegal. That's called constructive possession. Do you know the law? No. She's supposed to keep that away from you. Yeah, she's supposed to be hiding it from you. Yeah. Her being your wife. Yeah. That's a subjective position almost pretty much. You automatically have control of that. Yeah. Yeah, you definitely do. You kind of jammed yourself up. Now you gonna have to squabble. Your dumbass all on the internet talking about, yeah, your wife got it the hammer on her. Your wife got the hammer on her. You run your mouth and go wherever you want because your wife backing you up with the hammer. That was so dumb of you, man. See, this is what happened. You take these monkeys and you shave them down and you teach them how to walk a flight of steps and you try to mix them in with society and every now then they're just gonna swing from a goddamn tree. It's in their nature. And Miss Miyagi, you need to have a talk. You need to have a talk with your partner about running his mouth too much. Sometimes he run his mouth too much and he say the wrong thing. Diarrhea of the mouth.
You niggas ain't lining me up. I can't but I'm gonna make sure my man next to me, he could carry and you.
A bunch of BS come out. That's how I got on his heels in the first place. I wasn't checking for that dude. I ain't having no issues with that dude. No, he just said the wrong thing out of his mouth and got me started. And I don't have no chill. I don't have no chill. Yeah, that's why this onslaught is not going to stop. If and when he responds, it'll only get worse. Trust me, I'm saving the good stuff. But you need to take that into consideration. He just put you in jeopardy from a legal perspective. Now, if anything happens in that house, and you guys have any type of domestic dispute in that house or whatever, or he brings any drama to that door, that firearm of yours better be locked in a box. It better be locked in a box. Yeah. If you're in CVS with him and some guy sees him and just starts socking on him, you better not pass him that firearm. He knew you had it. That's illegal. You can't stand your ground, sucker. You ain't got no ground. That's illegal. You got a year to go. How you going to come on the internet? You hiring all the federal informants to work with your crew, and then you come on the internet and say, yeah, you riding around with your girl and she holding you down with the tool, your wife. She law enforcement. I don't think that make it legal. You ain't on business time. You ain't law enforcement on your personal time. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. They're going to burn your ass up. They're going to burn your ass up, Miss Miyagi. I'm telling you. Better come loose. Come loose. He ain't no good. Ain't no good for you. Better come loose. You're going to lose your stuff. You're going to lose your stuff.
If I can have a gun and legally have it, I don't have to tell everybody I know.
You don't have to tell him, but you should let a convicted felon know that's not allowed to be.
But how am I supposed to know he's a convicted felon?
Not only that.
Is Georgia Code 16-11-131B. How much time you spent in the law library? 20 years in the penitentiary. And you was busy running around, beating up people with your face, just smashing your face into the bars, into people, fists and they razor blades and they boots and anything you could find, you beat up with your face. You should have been in the law library. And you would have known that just because you came home and she got a hammer doesn't mean that you can legally ride around with her with it. And she's your protection. That's not how that works. You talk too much. Now you can never use the excuse that you didn't know she had that on her. She had it concealed from you. Y'all can't use the excuse that Hunxho and his homeboy was smart enough to use because you ran your mouth. You got it on the internet saying you know that your girl is riding around with the hammer. You self-snitched on yourself. You did that. It's on the internet. It's on the internet. You put it on the internet. She's riding around with a hammer. That's not how that works. No. That's called constructive possession. Y'all can't do that no more. So now, if y'all in Applebee's and you bump into somebody who you've been talking reckless about and they sock you in your mouth, you better know how to squabble. Cause your girl can't protect you, sucker. You better know how to squabble. If you run into one of your enemies. I'm not talking about me. You got countless. I ain't talking about me. Nope. I don't want to run into you nowhere. Nope. I got a keen nose, a keen sense of smell. If I smell there's some shit in somewhere, I ain't going in there. So, no, I'm not talking about me. I'm not threatening you. No. I'm just saying you may want you come on the internet every other week and say, they threatening me. Somebody threatening me. And you thought you was tough because your girl, your wife, riding around with the pipe. But that's illegal. Y'all might want to stop doing it that way. You shouldn't have opened your mouth. I told y'all I do these reaction videos for educational purposes, man. I'm hoping, man, somebody learns something from this and don't do the same dumb shit that he did, bro. You better stop riding around with that girl knowing she got that gun in that car. That's illegal, man. I'm telling you, you don't want to go back to jail. You know La Brim and them gonna get you if you go back to jail. You know that's why you trying to stay away from jail. You know you scared of what's on the other side of that wall that's waiting for you. You know, so you better tighten up. Stop doing that. Tell that girl to lock her gun away in a box, in the closet, and play hide and seek. No, red light, green light, 1, 2, 3. You turn around the counter in the corner and count to 100 while she go hide the box. You can't be nowhere around that gun. You can't be around no gun. You rather me make fun of you on the internet than you go back up to that jailhouse and that boy La Brim get his hands on you because you know he gonna squeeze your face. La Brim gonna squeeze your face if them Georgia police catch you down there riding in that car with Miss Miyagi with that gun. Because there's video evidence out there on YouTube where you say, you know she got it. You know she got it. She know, you know she got it. That's constructive possession. I'm telling you, better stop breaking that law. You want to learn how to fight? You know, you go ahead and learn how to fight. I know them dudes from where you from ain't really known for fighting. Y'all known for baseball and soccer. That's what them dudes who from where you from is known for doing good. Y'all play baseball good and soccer. So if you better learn how to fight because you can't ride around with that girl with that gun no more. Nope, she can't bag you up no more. You better squabble. All jokes aside, Miss Miyagi, you're putting your children in jeopardy by being with Simon. And the reason being is, as long as Simon is in that house, you have to have your firearm locked away in a box. So if an intruder comes in, y'all just are there to be slaughtered. You may not be able to get to your box and unlock it. You know, you want to keep your job. You got that good job. You know, you did everything you had to do to get to that job, and you don't want to jeopardize it by keeping that firearm outside the box. And what good is going to do if it's in the box and somebody like home invasions you and your firearm is in a box and you in the kitchen cooking or something and you know that's not doing you no good. So if you want to be able to have it close to you where you can protect you and your children with your lawful rights, you know, and keep that good job, you know, you don't need to have Simon in that house. As long as Simon in that house, you got to put your firearm in a box.